Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. I wanted to do something with the mandala kind of look to it. Mandala, I'm not exactly certain. Some people say it one way, some potato. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, I thought I would do something with a rainbow look to it. You know, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I made this one for my girlfriend for Easter and stamped some peeps underneath, and it says, Happy Easter to one of my favorite peeps on the inside. And I thought I would make a thank you card just like this so that I had a variety of cards going. But I like the idea of this. I didn't really love the rose in the middle, so I'm going to do it with a little bit different flowers than I had before. But I'm using, the stamps I'm using are from our rubber stamp tapestry, and they're peg stamps. If you're not familiar with them, they're made like this. They have the stamp, this rubber on the bottom, and the picture of it on the top. I've got a little ink on me. And then there's this little mark right here that tells you what direction you're stamping. So if there's a stem, the stem would be right where that little line is. So it really helps you to line things up. And because I hit 3,000 subscribers, my friends at Rubber Stamp Tapestry are giving me a discount code. It's all one word, Sandy Parker, all capital letters, until the 17th of April. So if you are interested in anything from their store, and I mean anything, they sell inks, they sell brushes, they sell glues, they sell everything. If you're interested in anything, including oxide inks, they have everything there, so you might want to check them out. It's their way of thanking me for my channel, and our way of thanking all of you for being so good to me. And I just am so appreciative of all of you, and just wanted to say thank you, and they're helping me do that. So I'm trying to pick up all my stamps as I'm talking to you. The stamps I'm going to be using are these, and I'll give you the names of them. I had one roll away that I know Elizabeth, my friend Elizabeth always tells me I need to keep these things in a order, but this is the one time I don't have my little ice cube tray going. Alright, for my center flower, I'm going to be using the bitty peony, which is this one. Then I'm going to be using, for my orange, I'm going to be using the bunch of daisies. Then for my yellow, I'm going to be using the big, it's from the Shades of May set, and it's called a swirl. No, it's called a middle swirl flower, is what it's called. Then for my green layer, I'm going to be using this. It's called Leaf with a distressed bottom. Really like this because it does the masking for you. Do you like that red ink on my finger? Then for my blue, I'm going to be using this, which is a soponaria. And then it's called a soponaria solid. And then for my purple, I'm using, it's called Flowers 3 Ripley, or 3 Ripley Flowers. Sometimes I write things down and don't make a lot of sense. So that's my plan. And then for my inks, I'm going to be using, for my red ink, I'm going to be using a Stampin' Up! Real Red. For my orange, I'm going to be using Tangelo from Mementos. For my yellow ink, I'm back to Stampin' Up! And I'm using Summer Sun. Then for my green, I'm using Bamboo Leaves in Memento Dewdrops. Then my blue is Danube Blue in Memento, and my Grape Jelly is the purple color. So that's where we stand with our colors. Then I'm going to be using brushes. That's how I got the background effect, is I use my brushes that are 1-inch chip brushes that I cut off the tops on. So that's what I did to make my colored background. So with that being said, oh, one more thing. I'm using yellow paper for my background that says thanks so much, and it's from this another thank you set from Stampin' Up! And I do believe it's a retired set, because you know I like retired things. Old and retired like me. So with that, we're going to start. I'm using a piece of Strathmore Bristol paper that is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to start with my red, because when you do the rainbow, red is your center color. So I'm just going to stamp in the center here. So this is, again, the bitty peony, and I'm going to start in the center, and I'm going to go kind of I'm going to do maybe 3 of them to create the center circle, because I'm trying to keep this in a circular shape. That's the goal, circular. And I'm going to get up one little baby wipe, and as I use the stamp and I'm done with it, I'm just going to wipe it on the baby wipe. I don't know if you can see that off screen, but that's how I do it. And I just keep the little baby wipe right there, and obviously I already washed my hands, but I already have the red that's never going to come off. That's the way it goes, I guess. Now, the next one we're going to do is the orange, and it's a bunch of daisies. I'm going to get my red out of the way. And then we're going to the Tangelo. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. Now, I'm not worried that that little bit right there isn't very bright, because I can always add more to it later. And I'm not worried about my red not being too super impressive, because as this dries, what I'm going to do is go back over it with the brush and brush in color. So it will make it darker, and if that doesn't work, then I'll use some markers. I do have markers here. My next one is this. I'm going to do the, if you know the colors of the rainbow, it's red, orange, yellow. So I'm going to be using this Summer Sun and this middle swirl flower. And you don't have to, when you buy stamps from them, I don't know if you know this or not, but you don't have to buy sets. You can buy individual stamps. And that's what I normally do. I normally just buy the stamps I want versus a set, because I like to pick the leaves that I want, and I like to pick the stems, things like that. So I just wanted to tell you that, because a lot of people think you can only get them in sets from them, and that's not the case. And their stamps are as little as $2.30 for one of their stamps, which I think is very inexpensive. It's nice. And with the 15% discount, it's a good deal. Oh, and their shipping is really good too. I love their stuff. I buy a ton of it, as you can tell. Okay, so that's yellow. So then the next would be green. So we'll do our leaf. So there's our green. Then our next color is blue, and so that would be our Danube blue that we're going to be using. And I'm going to be using this in these little soponaria solids. Okay, so that's our blue. Then our last color is going to be purple, and that is going to be this little teeny tiny 3 Ripley flowers. I love this one. So that's where we stand right now. Now, when I did the last one, the way I did the colors is I started with my center, and I did yellow all the way out from the red in the center all the way out to the end of the yellow, because I couldn't figure out another color that really worked well. The orange was a little bit too dark, so I went with the yellow instead. But you can always use other colors if you want, and I'm going to turn it this way so I can get both my ink and my project in the picture. I'll turn this over to the left a little bit so I can get, and then we're just going to brush across it. And everything should be dry enough in my center that I shouldn't smear much, but if it does, we'll just go around it and fix it a little bit. That ought to do it for that. Now, I don't like how my red isn't very red. Okay, I'm going to take this real red marker and try and reinforce the red of these flowers by going back over them a little bit with my marker. So that's those. I do think I'm going to put a little bit of orange into my background too, with the same color as I used before. I'm going to stay away from that red that is still wet, but I just want to brighten up those orange flowers, and this works really well to do that. So that's that section. Now I'm going to do the green on just the leaves. When I did this the last time, what I did was I brushed the green, and you only need these brushes, one green brush for all of your green ink. So if you have a really dark green ink and a really light green ink, still use the same brush for it, because it just kind of absorbs into the brush and it won't make a big difference. So don't be afraid to use the same brush. And I'm just going over the leaves. I don't know if you can tell that, but all I'm doing is leaves. So that's our green. Then we need our blue brush, and I'm only going to do, again, over that blue section in between. Same thing, take your blue brush and just trying to do the top edge of it so that we can get kind of a pie shape out of it. I rounded my corners, and my purple is completely done. I'm not sure where my camera cut out, but hopefully it was just during the purple section and that you didn't miss anything else. But I used my corner rounder, which is from Creative Memories, and I recommend, if you're going to buy one of those, that you buy it from eBay, because you can find a lot of them there really inexpensively, and it looks like this. And you still can buy them from Creative Memories. For a while they weren't in business, but then they started selling things again, so you could still buy things. But I just wanted to make sure you knew that the least expensive place to find them, well, that I found, are the ones on eBay. I don't think I put a ribbon on or embroidery thread on the other card I made, but I thought this one I would just be more simple and just do the, you know, the thank you in the inside. And then hopefully we can get this on here straight, or as straight as we can make it. There's that. Now let me get my stamp, because I made this for you. And then our envelope, I thought what I would do is just take like the purple and maybe the blue and an orange, and just take one of the, let's see which one of the ones I want to use. Maybe I'll go with a little, I think I'm going to go with this. This is the bitty peony. We'll do that right there. And then I'll do the little 3 Ripley flowers. I don't know why I can't remember that name. But I'm going to clean off my stamp and go into the blue with the 3 Ripley flowers and just do in between the oranges like that. And then on the back I'm going to stamp the bitty peony in blue 3 places like that, and then I'm going to do the bitty peony, or the 3 Ripley flowers. I'll stamp that around and then clean off my stamp again and do it in the Tangelo. Like that. So that is our envelope, and our card is completely done. I think I might stamp a couple more of those purples in there. Maybe I'll stamp some the little ones in purple around the big center one. There. So here is our card, and our envelope. I hope you enjoyed this and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Tell your friends about me on social media, and don't forget the discount for 15% off everything at pegstamps.com goes until the 17th of this month, and that's everything in the store. So if you're looking for those oxide inks, that's a good place to get them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.